Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We're talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send him beating at least.
World champions!
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go.
It's always a big
I would have guaranteed that AJ would be the one that wants to dump it on Sirianni.
Let's see.
And Devontae, and either way.
Uh-oh. Good move there.
Oh.
Great maneuver.
A little okey doke.
The best shower Nick Sirianni will ever have.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Philly podcast presented by the Broken Bell Network.com. I'm Eric Perugini. That is Chris Lahiff, a.k.a. Oh No, the Eagles Suck Again. That's awesome. That's good stuff. Man. So let's see. We're going to sit here. Let's see. What do we got tonight, Chris? We're talking about I guess how the Eagles suck again, right?
Always suck.
Always.
Oh no, we suck again.
It's like the guys from Major League, the Japanese guys. Oh, they suck again.
Yes. But it is what it is. 2-game losing streaks happen. I laugh because we lost to the Giants, and oh God, who did we lose to 2 weeks ago? I'm drawing a blank.
Who the hell was it? Wow, it's been that long. It's been one of those things. Let me see. I'm hopping actually onto my stuff here.
The Broncos. We gave up the 18-point lead.
That's right.
So we lost to the Broncos, and I told everyone. Yeah, everyone's like, "That's a trap game." It's not a trap game. Denver's defense is really good. They're really good. If any game was a trap game, it was a Thursday night game against the rookie quarterback, and the rookie running back known as Juggernaut. I mean, Cam Scatterbo. But I'm not really going to dive too much into the losses. We know what happened. They scored 18 points. The defense didn't make plays. The offense didn't make plays. It was an all-around bid. You play the game for 4 quarters. Unless the Super Bowl 59, then you play the game for 57 minutes.
That's funny.
I just want to give people a reminder what my hat says. But no, and then you go to the Giants, who, I really don't blame. Like it just happens. Those games happen. I think with Patullo, and I think he got into the head of the media. I think he just listened to the media with the pass, and this is the NFL. It's a copycat league. Like, we were able to establish the run. Now you have to go back to the run. I don't want my quarterback throwing 35 times a game, and this is why you more likely lose a game. But I am going to shout it out to the Giants fans. Relax on Jackson Dart. Relax on Cam Scatterbo. Enjoy it. Absolutely enjoy it. I think Jackson Dart I thought he was a great pick when it happened. I loved Cam Scatterbo. I think he was at Arizona State. I think they're great pickups. Just take a step back. Like, don't fall into the trap of the Commanders fans, because they came out gunning for us. Gunning. You guys lost to a mediocre team. Dallas lost to a mediocre team. This and that. We're going to be in first place. You guys got humbled real quick. And then it was, if you go on Twitter, well, our receivers were out. Jaden Daniels is hurt. Stop. This is where I'm going to lose it. knock it the fuck off with the excuses. I don't want to hear that Jaden Daniels was hurt. I don't want to fucking hear that your number one receiver was hurt. You beat us last year with fucking Kenny Pickett. Eat my dick. I'm fucking over the Washington Commanders fans. They've officially gone above Dallas Cowboy fans. You know, and I and I'm gonna go with. I actually kind of feel sorry for Dak Prescott. The guy's playing. I've said it before. He's a great quarterback, no doubt. Anybody who doesn't think otherwise, you have to look at the game. Yes, he shows up. He comes up small in big time moments, but he's still a decent quarterback. He might be he just comes up big. He comes up small, but he's a really good regular season quarterback, and there's nothing wrong with that. Except he's having a really good regular season, and his fucking defense blows. I'm gonna turn it over to you because I gotta let my cat in.
Yeah, no, I mean he is right about that. That defense for the Cowboys is absolutely terrible. And in a way, I kind of feel bad for Dak Prescott because, like Chris said, he is a very good quarterback. Like I'll never say no to that. It's also strikingly ironic how similar his stats are to Tony Romo in this point in their careers. It's amazing. But again, it's not his fault that he doesn't have a good defense. It's just not. But I mean, I don't even want to get into those guys right now. We could save that one for later.
Yeah, no, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I'm always at that. Like, I don't talk the talk. I don't because I don't want to sit there and make fun of your team for losing and say that my team's going to be doing this. And the one video that the guy posted on Twitter of Jaden Daniels dancing was from the NFC Championship game that they lost by 32 points. Like I just they are Commanders fans are officially going down as probably they're going to take the title of the dumbest fan base over the Cowboys. I could be wrong.
Look, I mean, I get the hype. I get them being excited. I get it. I understand it. And we'd be doing the same thing if we had drafted a player like Jaden Daniels and he had the rookie season the way he did.
Oh, we still do it. Like our content creators on Twitter are the absolute worst. The absolute worst. Dude, I agree with Dallas. I agree with one Dallas content creator who we became friends with. And I tell him that the one person, that one Eagles content creator, I'm not even going to give a name, he don't speak for us. Nah, he does not represent this fan base. I don't know about you. He doesn't me.
That's funny.
You know exactly who I'm talking
about. I know. I absolutely know. I know. But let's get on to topics here. What we started with. Number one, let's key in on the Eagles' offensive struggles. What's your opinion on what's going either wrong with Jalen Hurts, or is it, or the offense in general? Is it the quarterback? Is it the offensive coordinator? Like, what are we seeing? Like, what's your opinion on what we're seeing?
I'm not blaming the quarterback. I'm not. It's just a lazy narrative. It's an easy narrative to play, and I also think they're in their head a lot. And to play this game, you got to be mentally strong. If you're not mentally strong, I don't think it bodes well in the end. So I think they need to, I also feel like what happens if they come out blazing and they absolutely destroy Minnesota? The Carson Wentz, and all it took was one bad game, and the Wentzmaniac lovers came back. But what happens if it comes back and the defense clicks? Saquon runs for $150, and Jalen Hurts runs for passes for 210 to 230, and they win 35-21. I don't want to say it's a resemblance of 2023 because, I'm going to let you be that negative guy because you were the one who called it, and I disagree with you all fucking season until I finally gave in. I was like, we had to play the good cop, bad cop, and you know, you were the bad cop and you were the right cop, and I always joke around and say, I said I was 100% dead wrong, but I couldn't believe it that the 49ers broke the Eagles, and that. But like, I'm just gonna throw one out there. I'm gonna throw something out there. Like, I really think the Eagles are trolling us. I think they are. I think they're trolling us by mistake, because I think they're gonna come out. But imagine right now. This time last year, the Eagles were 4-2. They were 2-2, and we were calling for Sirianni to be fired. And then they won however many games in a row, 9, 10, or 2-2. It would have been 10-2. So I think they won 10 in a row. What happens if they go on a winning streak 8 in a row? Like this. Like I think they're trolling us by mistake. I'm gonna be the good guy. You know, and I just want to point out, I don't know about you, I have not turned on Philly sports talk radio since the Eagles, the Phillies, and the Flyers all lost on the same night. I have not done it. It would not be good for my health.
No, I turn it on every now and then just so I have something different to listen to. My ride to work is a lot shorter than it used to be, so it's not like I can get lost in radio. I can't even listen to a good podcast anymore because I'm not on the road that long. I'm really conflicted with this team. Like, part of me wants to agree with you where this team's just like laying low and they're going to turn around and become like this juggernaut heading into like getting into the middle part and second part of the season. But then there's a part of me where I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, 2 years ago, who was the offensive coordinator? It was Jalen Hurts' friend or someone that knew his family.
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson. Okay, so we go to the Super Bowl. We lose our 2 coordinators. We get Brian Johnson as one of the coordinators. Epically bad. It just went south real fast. Last year, you get Kellen Moore, turns it around. This team now is a Super Bowl champion, and now we have a friend of Nick Sirianni. Now we have Patullo, who is a friend of Nick Sirianni, who last season would always hype this guy up, talking about the passing game and the passing game coordinators and things like that, which that's what he was on. Is this just another one of these mistakes that we have the wrong coordinator? And like, it's starting, to me, it feels like it's a revolving door. Like, you finally got a guy who was looking to become a head coach, had an amazing season, brought us a 2,000-yard rusher, and he's gone now. But then his team sucks. His team is terrible. So it's like, I don't know what's going on with this team. Part of me wants to say it's the rope-a-dope, that they're trolling us. I mean, who's to say that they can't turn it around? We've seen them turn it around before. They have the talent. So I'm very confused by how this team is right now. I don't think it's Jalen Hurts. Even with how bad this team has played, I still think he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. I mean, we've seen him make the plays. We've seen him make the throws. We've seen him make the runs. But, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Could it be the play calling? Could it be execution? Or is it both?
So let's go back to the NFL in what is known as Week 6. Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. I feel sorry for you. You might be entitled to compensation if you flew out to London to watch your team score 11 points and have minus 10 passing yards. I feel sorry for you. That's all right. Here we go. What's the Colts being 5-1? Daniel Jones.
Unfucking real.
Dallas Cowboys. They lose to the Panthers. They go 3. They're 2-3-1, I think, right?
I believe so.
They have a losing record. So, you you before Panthers took control of the ball, Dak had a chance to drive the team down, and they went 3 and out. What about that? All we hear about is the Detroit Lions, and they got smacked around by the Chiefs. And here's my 2 favorite ones. The people who were seeing comparisons about him, about Mr. Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen, he was 15 of 26 for 180 yards and 2 interceptions. Sacked 4 times. He had 2 fumbles. He recovered them. Mr. Jaden Daniels fumbled the ball to give the ball back to the Bears. He had 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. He had 2 fumbles, lost 1. He carried the ball 10 times for 52 yards. Bad games happen, but why does our quarterback, get the hate that Daniels doesn't get, that Josh Allen doesn't get? Why is it? We all know why it is. It's because of this. It's because of this. And I turned around and I turned around and I said, NFL analysts, they have to get past it. Last week, I was on Fringe Fanatics podcast, and we talked about it. The clip's on Twitter. I'll post it here later on. But we talked about it, and I was like, Fox Sports last year, they went all season from beginning to end. The shows Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. Saquon Barkley is not going to flourish. Oh, this and that. The defense isn't good. The Eagles aren't a good team. I don't care that they won all these games in a row. They're not going to win. 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 That was the most dominant performance in Super Bowl history. It was 40-6 into the 4th quarter. The Eagles could go down as one of the best teams of all times. And then all those shows got canceled. Why are we shocked by this? You have to look at every aspect of the game. We're not going to sit here and say that the offense isn't struggling. It is. It is. We know it is. And it's part of football. I think the Eagles will get it together. I don't want to repeat a 2023. But, what do we always say? Who hates Philly sports more than Philly sports? The Philadelphia sports media.
Absolutely. Absolutely, they do. Okay, so you honestly feel that they're going to be able to find their rhythm, and it's not going to be too late. They're going to turn it around, because I fully believe that.
Yeah, I think they have too many leaders on this team. I know, everyone wants to say AJ Brown's a diva, and we want to go back and forth, and people want to sit there and I've had multiple arguments last year with people, different podcasts. When I was on Fringe Fanatics last year, they brought it up. Somebody else brought it up. If you have drama like that, you don't win a Super Bowl.
Right.
You don't. And I don't think they want to repeat of 2023. I could be 100% wrong. They're 4-2. They could finish 4-13. Go look for me on the Walt Whitman. But
yeah,
I posted a thing on Facebook the other day. This NFL season has proven I don't know shit about fuck.
That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, that's why football's a week-to-week sport, man. It really is. It is a week-to-week sport.
So let's talk about so we have a new website up. We have that up and running, and Eric has put out couple articles about the Phillies. I'm going to talk about that, but I want you to dive into your analysis of the Jihad Campbell, what your concerns are and what the positives are. Because I was reading it today, and then I came home and I fell asleep. I want you to dive into Jahad Campbell about him,
Well-
like how he could succeed in this defense this year, just this year, because of the injuries.
Well, look, the biggest thing is like we've already seen he's come as advertised. Like he really has. He's come 100% as advertised. There's no effects of that shoulder injury. Which is now going to be put to a test because, as we all know, Zadarius Smith has just like suddenly retired for like personal reasons. That's fine. And there's been talk of moving Jahad Campbell to the edge rusher position, especially now since we have Nakobe Dean. It looks like he's going to be playing this week. He literally could make all the difference because he is just an athletic freak. I'm talking about Jahad Campbell. He's an athletic freak. He could really become like one of those standout players being switched from linebacker to the edge. There's also talk of making some trades. Like Keely Ringo is apparently on the trade block. They're trying to shop him around, and and
You get a whiz-wit.
that's of all reports that I've read, he's literally on, like, he's being talked about a lot, possibly being moved. I don't know if it happens or not. It's all speculative. But I do think if given the opportunity, I think Jahad Campbell could really, really excel at edge rusher. I mean, he's just got the speed. Like I said, he's very athletic. I mean, who knows what kind of a move he has to get around a defender. But he does. He comes 100% as advertised. And I'm interested to see what he can do if they move him, which they're going to have to move him because he's been playing so well. I mean, so well. It's very difficult to move him out of the linebacker position. But then again, you got Nakobe Dean coming back, who was wearing the green dot for the team last year before he got hurt. He was calling the defensive plays, and he was playing very well also. I mean, so we have a very good linebacker room right now, which is something that we've never had in this city before. Like we've always had like one guy, like Jeremiah Trotter. Even Trot Jr. is playing standout football on special teams right now. So, and he can fill in at any moment. But Jahad Campbell is just a very special player, and I think he's got the capability to be moved around all over the place. Not as a rotational guy in the linebacking position. I really think that he could excel as an edge rusher. He's just got that speed. So again, I'm excited to see what they do. But there are some trade targets out there, like guys that will be available. And if you're going to keep Jahad Campbell in the linebacker position, like again, it's going to be very tough because you got Zach Bond, you have Nakobe Dean, you have Jahad Campbell, you got Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I really do. I think something might be coming down the line. I mean, because Howie hasn't really done that well with his offseason this year when it came to the signings. Adoree Jackson doesn't look like he's worth a damn, and everybody was making a big deal out of him. I don't know, but I do. I think Jahad Campbell could be a difference maker if given the opportunity. And I think they have the confidence in him. Like they obviously like him. I mean, you know how much I was like gushing over this guy the second that they drafted him. I was like, dude, he's going to be the steal. He's the steal of the draft. Like he fell as far as he did because of a shoulder injury that doesn't seem to be there at all. So I do. I think he could be a guy that, if given the opportunity, could you have a homegrown fix and not have to go out and trade for anybody, especially somebody that's coming off of an expiring contract, or you have to pick up a 5th-year option from someone that was a rookie in a first round draft, first round pick like Kayvon Thibodeau from the Giants. He's a guy that's been floated out there that could be a fit for the Eagles. I mean, they drafted Abdul Carter. Last year they signed Brian Burns from the Panthers. So they're pretty much overloaded. It's and Thibodeau is the same body style, same athletic skill as Campbell. So it makes it a very tough decision. But I say give him a chance. I say let him try it. Let him do it.
Nice. I like that. I didn't know Thibodeau. I know he was at one point in trade talks, but I didn't know he was still there.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about him, the Giants picked up his 5th-year option, but it's for $14.75 million, which that's a really good, I mean, off of a rookie contract, that's a really good number, like a cap hit to have. Now, anybody that trades for him has to take on that 5th-year option. So you're going to get banged for that 14.75 mil. But for 1 year to see how he does, I think that's worth it. I think that's a good shot. Like I said, he's the same kind of body style and build and has the same athleticism as Jahad Campbell. Jahad Campbell's done more, that's for sure, in the few short games because Thibodeau's been hurt a lot, which is the downfall. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I'm on the side of they went young, they let certain guys go, they got rid of some guys to get younger. Let these guys grow. Let them grow. Like Makuba, let him grow at the safety position. I mean, everyone saw CJ got released from the Ravens like 6 hours after getting signed by the Ravens. So I mean, you don't know what's going on. And I've seen people say bring him back. No, let the young guys flourish. That's why I'm all in on Campbell. Let him take that edge rusher spot and see what happens from there.
Oh, I like that. That's a good take. And I just want to let everyone know that is probably the longest I let Eric talk without interrupting him. That might be the Guinness Book of World Records. I muted myself so I couldn't.
I actually forgot how to breathe for a minute there. I was like, "Holy crap! Didn't know I could do this long."
No, shut up, shut up. And this is why I am the way I am. But no, that's a good analysis. I don't know if they're going to make a trade. If they do it, it's got to be for a cornerback. I'm over the Adoree Jackson experiment.
Yeah, I'm done with that too. I'm 100% done with that.
I don't know if anybody else is. Keely Ringo had one good week and then he didn't. It's just annoying. Like it made no sense.
Yeah, he's up and down, and I'm like, I'm teetering on giving up on that kid. I really am. I'm teetering on it. That's why if they can move him and get something for him, I'm looking at it. But then again, who wants to pick up that phone when it says 215 is calling?
Yeah, true. You're such a jerk face. So obviously Zadarius Smith retired. Obviously people are talking about the locker room must be bad. Just sometimes people lose. He's been in the league 10 years.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
it happens.
He's had a great career too. So was it shocking? Yes, it was. But at the same time, maybe he's got something going on that, right now is bigger than football. I mean, that's honestly how it comes down to, because at the end of the day, football is just a game. I mean, they get paid well to play it, but it's just a game. So
like,
I mean,
I'm looking at your article and I'm reading Rob Hartzell comments. He's like, I love Howie and I have great respect for what he's achieved, considering the best GM in sports. But he overestimated the depth of talent on this team. He did. But you also have to look at, okay, last year he had Darius Slay and he had Quinyon Mitchell, who was a first-round pick. He had Darius Slay was over here with the Keely Ringos of the world trying to help them. So like the fact that they haven't picked it up, I don't blame that on Howie. I don't.
No.
Jalen Carter he hasn't played in 2 games. So Let's get that. Yeah. So it's just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I find it ironic that he hasn't played in 2 games, and these are the 2 games where this team has looked its absolute worst. So I mean, Jalen Carter, they're building their line around him, and he's the key. And if he's not in there, well, we see what happens. So I mean, he's got to be healthy. He's got to be playing in these games. He's got to stay focused and not make any stupid plays. Like no more spitting at people, no mouthing off. Just do your job and win games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem is they, if there's anything, it's they didn't have anything in place for when Brandon Graham retired when it comes to the veteran side.
No.
Like
And,
that may have been where they screwed up.
Yeah, and to be quite honest with you, I'm surprised he's not suiting up for them. Like, hey, Brandon, we need your help.
I don't know. Like there are
Even
talks.
if I mean, that was another thing that was talked about. And like, well, what will you get out of him? I was like, dude, you know what? If he wants to come back, like he's fresh, whatever. Give him. I don't know how many snaps he'd get a game, but you know what? Maybe you need that presence in the locker room. Maybe you need that. Maybe you need that guy to come back and have that dog in him to get on people's ass. So I don't know, but that was the one concern I had going into this season. Like they were very young. Like who was going to be able to take over and be a leader? And quite honestly, I think the oldest person in the locker room at the time was Zach Baun. Zach Baun, who came from nowhere last year, now all of a sudden he's a leader.
Yeah. So, obviously, it came up again and people got pissed off about it. The Eagles ran 4 tush pushes last week. So, I'm going to share a screen because this is just comical and people need to see it. Read it out for us, Eric.
All right. Ravens on 1st and goal at the 4. Henry, 3-yard rush. Mark Andrews, tush push. Mark Andrews, tush push. Henry, negative 2-yard rush. Turnover on downs, halftime. Tush push, huh? They ran a tush push with a tight end. Wow. I didn't even know that they ran a tush push. They did it 2 times in a row. But Eagles do it. Ban the play. Ban that play. It's blasphemous to football. It's quite simple. Learn how to run it. Learn how to defend it.
And quite possibly the best picture of the weekend. Hang it in the Louvre. What is it that they say?
Hang it in the Louvre.
Yeah.
My man looks like he's waiting to get pummeled right there. He knows it's coming.
He got smacked. He got a nosebleed. I'm gonna say it. And people are like, don't say it. I'm gonna say it. I stand with Brian Branch. Juju's sister, whatever his name is, he ran his mouth and he needed to get slapped.
Yeah. So, some of these guys, some like CJ GJ, I loved his attitude. I loved how he's in people's faces, but he deserved to get slapped every now and then. He deserved it. But no, you're right. Schuster Smith deserved to get slapped, man. I mean, you can only take so much before you flip off.
It really is like, and listen, the play that led to it, it was funny because 2 plays earlier, or not 2 plays earlier in the game, Mahomes scored on a rush, and he did the Mahomes thing, and he flexed, and he went like this to Brian Branch. No flag called. Whatever.
Yep.
I don't think you should call a flag. I think the taunting penalty is the dumbest in the world. and then Juju hit him with a crack black block, and nothing was called towards the end of the game. There's only so much you can do to a player before, it gets taken. Like your emotions just run wild, and I think the NFL got it wrong with only handing out a suspension to the other guy. Should have at least got fined.
Absolutely.
If you're going to suspend Branch, then the other guys have to get fined because nobody just does that. Nobody just does that. That's where officials allow that to happen during a game, and it's the officials' fault that Juju got smacked in the mouth.
I'll go with that. I will absolutely go with that. I'm not going to disagree at all. Not one bit.
I always sit there and say, I was like, officials have to learn to control a game. Like I say with like my kids, like watching like soccer, and you have to set a precedent. Like, dude, this isn't going to happen all game. And if it happens all game, these are men, these are teenagers, emotions are running high. People are going to snap. Like people are going, like Branch went out of his way to open hand pimp slap him, and it was the funniest fucking thing in the world. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care. Like, I think it was the greatest fucking thing in the world. I woke up to that the next day and I was like, oh, this is great. Like, this was like my Super Bowl all over again. Because I hate Juju. Like, you got to remember, Juju is a TikTok guy. He would dance on logos before the visitors' logos when he was there, and like maybe and he had that beef with AJ after the 2022 Super Bowl. Like, sometimes somebody needs to smack a motherfucker in the mouth to get his ass back on track.
I believe that. That's for sure. Yeah, so it's I did. I kind of laughed at that when I saw it. I was like, man, I said, this dude, he's getting pummeled right now. And I love the fact that like Mahomes jumps in there and they're trying to pull him out of there. I mean, I get it, but yeah, I don't know. I still think, even though Mahomes is coming around, I still think the Chiefs are done for this year. I mean, they could be turning it around. Mahomes have been getting better, so who knows? But yeah, no, man, I totally agree with you, man. Schuster deserved to get smacked around a little bit there. 100% deserved it.
Yeah. Again, it is what it is. I'm wondering if the fines are going to come down for Scadaboo for the way he ran into Zach Ball, like the other day. The league has been looking to outlaw that. Barkley got fined, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So let's talk about some surprise teams.
Okay.
If the Patriots being 4-2 in the first place. Like, that's wild. I brought up the Colts being 5-1. That's wild. The Chargers are 4-2 and the Broncos are 4-2. And no surprise, and I told everybody, well, the NFC West is ridiculous. You have 3 teams at 4-2. But I want to talk real quick and see if you remember. Who was my offseason pick that would be the biggest threat to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC? Let's see if you remember.
I actually don't remember.
Tampa Bay.
Well, you hit the nail on the head on that one.
Why the fuck is Baker Mayfield playing? He's playing out of his mind. He lost all his receivers.
Yeah,
and he was
did.
throwing to Tez Johnson, the rookie from Oregon. I think he was from Oregon last year. Cleveland really is quarterback hell. I got no words. I'm gonna turn this over to you. I got no words.
Yeah, Cleveland's a mess. They really are. I didn't understand that Joe Flacco trade on both sides. To be quite honest with you, I didn't understand why you're doing that. Um, they are probably the most poorly run organization in sports, not football, in sports. Like you you go and sign a fully guaranteed contract to Deshaun Watson, who seems to have like some kind of freaky fetishes that got him in trouble. You went to Joe Flacco. I mean, look, think of this. Start the year, their quarterback room was Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Shador Sanders, which they didn't even want to draft Shador Sanders. They're trying so hard to keep him off the field, and they make a trade to send Joe Flacco away, which now forces them to put Shador Sanders as the number 2 over Billy Zappi, who actually has had some success as a quarterback when he played for New England.
Yeah. The Flacco trade, it is what it is. I mean, listen, I think they got a 6th out of it for a 48.
Two of them.
Oh, they got 2 of them. Jesus
We
Christ.
got 2 picks for Flacco.
For a 43,000-year-old quarterback.
Yeah.
The Shador Sanders thing, I just like he's done it to himself. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I get it. He didn't want to get drafted to the Ravens because he didn't want to be Lamar's backup. He didn't want to get drafted to the Eagles because he didn't want to be Jalen Hurts' backup. Well, like, there's people can sit there and say everything. Like, we had this talk on draft night. Maybe he's not this great quarterback that everyone thinks he is. I could be wrong.
Right. No, you're right.
I could be wrong. But when you have a guy tell you, don't draft me, everybody talks. If you don't think GMs talk to each other, you guys are out of your mind. Like they're like, dude, like, yo, we were going to take Shador, but he was like, I'm not being a backup to Lamar. And then he's like, I'm not being a backup to Hurts. Well, not for nothing. I don't care what the fuck your last name is. You got to earn it. Like, you were good in college, but you weren't your dad in college. Your dad in college was ridiculous. That's
the other thing. Like, this kid came in, he just thinks because of his name, who his dad is and his last name. I mean, dude, for draft night, this dude had built in his house his own draft room so everybody could watch him get picked in the first round, and they sadly had to wait, and some didn't come back the next day. So, I mean,
and he was a day 3 pick, wasn't he? Thursday, Friday,
so.
Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, day 3. He was drafted on Saturday.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, oh God. I mean, who knows? Maybe he can be good. Maybe he can be. But he's not going to be good on Cleveland. That I can guarantee. I mean, that's turned into a place where guys go to die. I mean, Flacco last year had some resurgence in his game, and they ran it back with him just in case, and it sucks. He's terrible. And now you got 2 rookies as your top 2 options at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
I actually like Dylan Gabriel. When he was at Oregon, he looked his thing is he's a little small, but if he can gain some weight, he's got the chance to, possibly be like a Baker Mayfield. I don't know if he's got a nice little motion when he throws the ball. But like you said, it just sucks. He's on Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, they're so shitty run as a franchise. I mean, I can't put trust in their coaching staff to put this kid in the right direction, nor Sanders. I think both these kids have been put in a position to fail. And you know what? If that's it, then Cleveland's smart as hell. Either they're stupid or they're smart as shit, because they'll be staring at the damn first overall pick.
True, and like I said, if you turn around and you get a Shador Sanders and he leaves Cleveland, to go to another team, you get a good compensatory pick for him. So with that 5th round pick that you drafted, could be a 2nd round pick. It's kind of like where we are with the Tanner McKee. And let me put that to bed real fucking quick. I don't want Tanner McKee starting. Jalen Hurts is my quarterback.
He's the guy.
I am not going through a 2018 and 2019 debacle of defending Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. Jalen Hurts is our quarterback. He's led us to 2 Super Bowls with 1 win.
Well, with
let's go. I don't want to hear it. I don't. And I'm telling you, and like for our mindset, like for our minds are your mental capacity and my mental capacity. I can't have Carson Wentz throw for 4 touchdowns against the Eagles. I can't.
Can you imagine if this friggin' guy wins? I mean, look, when he last played the Eagles, yeah, he was on the losing side of it, but he also didn't have Justin Jefferson. He didn't have Justin Jefferson on thrown the ball to. He didn't have him. So I mean, look, part of me who is a Wentz fan wants to see him succeed. I mean, I still like Carson Wentz. Doesn't mean that I don't like Jalen Hurts. I still like Carson Wentz. But I'm not going to lie. Like, a part of me sitting here thinking right now, man, does he still have a chip on his shoulder? And man, does he realize he's got Justin Jefferson? Like, I mean, even though he is playing with a bum shoulder, but he can still sling the ball around. So I don't know. I don't know
I don't know. I don't know if I'm mentally ready for that.
Oh God, dude, I don't know either. That's just absolute insanity.
So what do you have for this weekend?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Actually, I don't really have anything planned this weekend. I'm working Saturday morning until like noon.
Let me rephrase that. What do you have for the Eagles?
Oh, for the Eagles?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I want to say they're going to win. I want to say they right the ship, and it's a lot better because I don't know about you, but I am starting to get a little concerned with this whole AJ Brown stuff because, I mean, he's obviously a different wide receiver than Devontae Smith, who he may be feeling the same way. He's just not as vocal, like really not vocal at all. Like, you don't hear nothing from this kid. Like I said, I do see them righting the ship and I see them winning. But trust me, I'm not opposed to the idea that they lose this game and Carson Wentz goes out there making a donation to his own foundation because he won. Oh, if I beat the Eagles, I'm going to donate $3 million.
It'll be the defense. So this came up in our memories. This came up in my memories today.
Is it Barney? Oh, geez. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
The ice cream machine from McDonald's never working.
Never works.
Oh God.
Bitcoin
ain't gold. Karen and the manager this for people. It was Josh Norman when he ran all over to bill us the one game.
Oh my God, that was so funny. Whew, man. All right, so what do you think is the complete state of the NFC East right now?
I don't know shit about fuck. I still think the Eagles are a better team. I still think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC East. I stand that ground. And I don't think it's close. I really don't, because Dallas's defense is their Achilles heel. Jaden Daniels, he's in a bit of a sophomore slump. And Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbill are still rookies. Like,
Yeah, but Dart looks really good. I mean, I think they made the right decision.
but
with
he
him.
can't keep running like that. The NFL
No.
is faster and bigger.
Yeah, he's got to definitely work on that. That line has to protect him a lot more too.
Yeah, like it's like listen, they came out. They had a statement win against the Eagles. Good for them. They lost to this. Like if you think about it, it was the epitome of a trap game. Giants just lost to the worst team in the league. They have a rookie quarterback. They committed 4 turnovers the week before. This had Eagles win written all over it, and it just didn't happen. And that's the game of football. I think they bounce back. I think they are the best team in the NFC East. I still think Sean Morash is a fucking moron who thinks he knows everything. And don't get into a Twitter war with me, you fat, disgusting piece of shit pig. You're never right.
I didn't understand that tweet. Like you're making that tweet about Saquon Barkley a year after he won the Super Bowl and had over 2,000 yards rushing,
and ran for like 130 yards at the revenge game, the original game that we were at.
Like,
yeah, I was right. It only took me 2 years to be right. What? You're not right about your weight. What makes you think you're going to be right about the football? Like that is where it annoys me that these guys have jobs because they say stuff and they get paid for it. And I'm just like why do and that's it. But then again, I go back to what I alluded to earlier in the show. When you keep saying stupid shit, it's going to catch up to you. You're going to get fired. FS1 Sports, it caught up to everybody. I maybe he's got naked pictures of the guy who runs the fan in New York. Maybe he does. I don't know. The guy's an idiot. He hasn't been right about anything. He said the Knicks were winning the championship. He said the Rangers were winning the Stanley Cup. He said the Mets were winning the division in whatever year it was, and they didn't win the division. And then they were winning the World Series. And then he said Saquon would not do anything. He would not do anything. He's never going to win anything. The guy's 0 for 4 all the time. Not just occasionally here, occasionally there. It's like the people like. Hold on. I thought I had to sneeze. But it's like why people like me and you created the Philly podcast.
Oh, excuse me.
Why Chad and Chris over at Fringe Fanatics, they created their podcast where they do Denver and they do Kansas City stuff. We got Chris at Drunk Phil's Fans who says it all, Phil's fans. We have Quit Chasing, which is Phillies. We have who else do we have? We got Corner Pub Sports, Sean and his team, where they do their own podcast to talk about Philly sports for 3 hours on a Friday night. God bless them. We have all these, we got the Broad Street Miseries, the Filthies and Phillies, who created the pages, and they're doing great shit. And like this is why we do what we do, because we can't take our media and the other media serious. Like I don't listen to our media. I listen to Corner Pub Sports. I listen to Drunk Phil's Fan. I listen to Broad Street Misery. I listen to Filthy and Philly. Like Fringe Fanatics. I listen to, it's kind of hard to listen to another state's completely on the opposite other end of the world state, Colorado and Kansas City. But I do listen to them. Like I always sit there and say, like, there's room for everybody. There's no reason for everybody to be territorial, in my opinion. We're all on the same platform. We literally all follow each other. Broad Street Misery always shares our stuff. And like I put out like a thing about what I want from the Phillies, and they put out a thing and said, hey, what do you think? And they were like, go to that page and follow them. We do this because I'm going to say it. We're better than Philly sports media. I think everybody I named, including us, is better than Philly sports media
Absolutely.
because we look at all things. We just don't look at one thing. We look at all things.
Yeah. And it's not just like people that are doing radio shows or people doing podcasts. Like, I'll put my 2 articles up against Marcus Hayes any day.
Oh my God. Are you trying to
That's
rage
why I
bait?
did it, buddy.
Are you you're trying to rage bait me?
I want to
Nope.
see you turn into a Ginger Hulk.
I'm gonna take this Heckler's hot sauce that I got, and I'm gonna throw it at your face the next time I see you. But yeah, and like I said, your articles, keep pumping them out. Hopefully, we can get them up on our website. What is it? The Broken Bell Network.
Yes.
.com.
Yeah, brokenbellnetwork.com. I know our producer Keith and his brother are working on.
Great, that shit's great. Like, it's got all live scores.
Yeah,
and he actually said he's working on an app. So, but like you fucking really had to bring up Marcus Hayes. I'm gonna fucking
yes, I did.
Against there might be I might hate him more than I hate Sean Moresh.
Oh, I know you got a couple that you hate, and that's why I literally was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, just because I like to fuck with you.
I fucking hate that guy so much. So let's talk a little about the network. We got the Broken Bell Network, guys. Thanks to everybody who follows both pages. We got the Philly page, which is our landscape. It's our homepage. It's our flagship. We had it since late 2018, early 2019. We're up to 84,000 followers. Thank you guys. And we're trying to build the Broken Bell Network page, which is up to 603 followers. We have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good shit going on. We just did our season finale. Richard, I've been saying this forever. I want to see him line up behind the backfield on the 1 yard line, or even in general, because you got to think about it. If you line him up and you hand him the ball, you as an NFL player have to make a business decision. Do I attempt this 6'8", 365-pound monster who knows how to run the ball, and I'm a 5'9", 198-pound corner? You got to make a business decision. Thanks, Richard, for chiming in. I love it. But we got the Broken Bell Network. We got we have the Orange and Black podcast, which is on Friday nights. Shout out to Jamie for putting out the videos. I know it's when he started putting them out, they're anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes long. It's hard to talk about preseason. It's hard to talk about practice. But he gets them out there.
He's actually he's going to be getting some guests on as the season goes on. And after his show this past Friday, he told me that he's going to start getting a little longer with his shows. He's going to try getting to like 30, 40-minute shows. So it's getting interesting when it comes to we start talking Flyers hockey around here.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. And then we have Off the Top Rope, which is a wrestling show, which we have Ty. He comes on. He he gets guests on. He doesn't come on and actually talk about wrestling, which is cool. He brings on the independent wrestlers. We appreciate him for that. Obviously Tyler, who let us know that we played Denver 2 weeks ago, he does his shorts, and God bless that man for having all the time in the world to do his Tyler shirts, because I don't have the time to do it, and he's batshit crazy, and I love it. And then the Northeast Philly podcast will be coming back, probably back to, since the Phillies are eliminated, probably back for a good time, like a good amount of time. Probably going to have back on Thursday nights. But like I said, we're always looking for more people. If you know anybody who wants to talk Sixers, and listen, Sixers Union. And hey, listen, if you're a podcast out there that wants to come on, or you're looking for, a stage to set yourself up, doesn't have to be Philly sports. we would appreciate it. But we're gonna, we are the Broken Bell Network. We are Philadelphia-based. We're Broken Bell because we're all from Philadelphia. But we said before, we're open to having other shows on there. So,
Yes, sir.
Did I miss anything?
No, I think you did good. I think you did good. So good, to be quite honest with you.
I'm getting better. I still don't do intros. I don't do that intro shit. I don't know why.
It's all
I
right.
stutter over my own words. I'm like, ba 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 Nickelodeon.
Oh God.
Oh dear Lord.
You're funny with that. You're funny with that stuff.
Funny how? Funny like a clown.
Like a clown.
Do I amuse you?
Yes, you do. Because you're just
All right.
funny.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, guys, you have anything else to add before we head out?
Nah, man, I just want to say, thank you for everyone that chimed in tonight. Again, you can check us out every Wednesday night, 9:00, for talking some Eagles football. We are brought to you by BrokenBellNetwork.com. If you go to that site, it takes you directly to our live score section, which is phenomenal. It'll take you inside. Yeah, it's really cool. And again, website's still up and still under construction, but we were able to get one thing up and running. So if you want to get all the latest scores for the MLB games, if you want to every Sunday check out some NFL scores, just go to BrokenBellNetwork.com. It'll take you right to our scores page, and you can watch everything in real time. Check us out on Spotify through Broken Bell Network on Spotify. All of our shows, all of our content is on there now. The NEP podcast, the Hall of Fame Club podcast, Flyers Nitty Gritty, the Orange and Black podcast hosted by Jamie Bascal of FlyersNittyGritty.com is also on there. His first 2 shows. But yeah, man, I'm, all I got to say is, thanks for all the support and keep watching and go Birds.
Go Birds.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send him beating at least.
World champions.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go.
It's always a big.
I would have guaranteed that AJ would be the one that wants to dump it on Sirianni.
Let's see.
And Devontae, and
We're being
sneak
sneaky.
your way.
Uh-oh. Good move there.
Oh.
Great maneuver.
A little okey doke.
The best shower.